Hey YouTube, this is Jack Connor. I wanted to talk to you about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the new Marvel TV show. Just came on. The first episode just dropped a couple days ago, and I checked it out and I wanted to talk about it with you for a few minutes. If you would, please hit like, please subscribe. As I'm talking, please let me know what you think in the comments below. I'd really like to build this channel and get a dialogue going. Okay, so I checked out The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This TV show picks up a few months after the events of the Avengers Endgame, and it actually deals with some of the repercussions of the blip. People have been gone for 5 years. How do they pick up their lives? They don't have job history. They can't get loans. It's in the real world, if that happened, those could be real problems. Now, I think in the real world, we would address those problems, and there would be special provisions for people who were blipped. And when they came back, there would be laws saying you can't discriminate against people because they were blipped. But whatever, it's a TV show, and it's smart for them to deal with that, even if it's not as realistic as it could be, realistic. But still, it's a fun. It opens with a big, exciting action scene, and with the Falcon flying around in the air, dealing with bad guys, rescuing a captured soldier, and so it opens in an exciting way. Then it segues into more personal stuff, and it really tries to get you into the characters, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. If the Winter Soldier can still be called the Winter Soldier now that he is no longer winter soldiering, for however long that lasts. Anyway, so it picks up on the personal stories of those characters, and it does a pretty good job getting you interested in them as individuals. And then it sets up the next episode with a big twist at the end. I won't get into the spoilers here, but it does provide a good springboard for the story to continue. All in all, I really enjoyed it. It was a fun, likable show. I do have some nitpicks, and I do have to get into those. So let's start picking. All right, I can't help it. I've got to talk about the negatives, because they really bug me, and I think they do detract from the experience, at least for me. So what am I talking about? Well, for example, the opening action scene goes on for a long time, and we have very little emotional investment in what's happening. We don't really care. It's just a mindless action scene where we don't care what the results are. And you think about any opening action scene ever, the classic James Bond opening action scenes. Well, you do care about James Bond, and you don't want him to get killed, and it's tense. It's people are shooting at him, and it's really tense, and you worry about him. That it is generally done in such a way where his demise is possible, and he's sweating, and he's tense, and he's nervous, and that's what gives it stakes, as well as him fulfilling whatever mission he's on, stopping the nuclear threat, whatever it is. So the opening action sequence of a movie matters a lot. Think of, A New Hope. Darth Vader's trying to capture Princess Leia. It's very dramatic. In the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, the opening action sequence, there's no drama. We don't care about the soldier that's been kidnapped. There's no threat to the Falcon. People are shooting at him, but he just blocks it with his wing. He's not scared. He's not nervous for a single moment. And we're not nervous for him. So for the stakes to be as low as they are in that opening action scene, it should be a lot shorter. Alternately, they could up the stakes, and that's kind of what I wish they had done, because we're watching a comic book action series. I'm not opposed to seeing some action, but I would like to see the stakes a little higher. So then after that, it segues into the more personal stuff, and the rest of the episode is just the boring personal stuff, and they don't make it all that exciting. The Winter Soldier stuff is more interesting. It's dealing with as an assassin trying to recover from being a brainwashed Hydra assassin. The Falcon is trying to get a loan for his sister or whatever. So, far less interesting. I wish they had found a way to make one or both of those storylines connect to the overall plot. And eventually they get back to the Falcon's friend in the Middle East and him trying to go after the bad guys himself. And obviously he's going to need the Falcon's help to come and do that. And the Falcon is probably going to need the Winter Soldier's help. So I expect all of that to happen, and that's great. But the Falcon's personal storyline was extremely dull. I don't care if they get a loan. I'm sorry. I mean, I guess I kind of hope that the sister gets a loan and that it all works out. But, sorry, I'm not interested. So give me something that's related to the overall plot, or make it more interesting, like with the stuff that the Winter Soldier is going through. Either one of those. The stakes for what the Winter Soldier is going through. We're personally invested in Bucky. We've followed him over multiple movies. We care about his mental health and his redemption. Now, that's kind of a big thing. Getting a loan, not so much. So I really hope that and also that the personal stuff goes on forever. It's not like the personal stuff is broken up with a bunch of action. It's pretty much just personal stuff. There's a little bit of the Falcon's friend trying to figure out what the bad guys are up to, but that's not a big action sequence or anything, and it's a very short scene. So I do feel like the balance to the action and the drama was kind of could have been handled better. I don't want to say poorly handled, but it could have been handled better, and I'm hoping that it does pick up in the second episode. I believe it probably will. This is Marvel. WandaVision wasn't as good as it got in the first few episodes. So Falcon and the Winter Soldier will probably be the same way. Not a deal killer, not a big deal. But I did have to address my nitpicks because they really annoy me. And they're going to make the first episode far less rewatchable for me. And I suspect other people. So it's worth considering these storytelling points. I'm a writer. I'm a storyteller. I think about stuff like that. And when I see poor storytelling or storytelling that could be done better, it annoys me and I have to call it out. Okay, that's it for me for today. All in all, I enjoyed it. Go check out The Falcon and the Winter Soldier if you haven't already. Come back, let me know what you thought in the comments below. Until next time, Jack out.